Hi, my name is Neil Kelleher, and this is a continuation of the introduction to handstand. In today's video, we'll actually be going up against the wall, but with a back up against the wall. And for this, I'd suggest you have a chair, something solid. So this is what I'm going to be using, just because I've got it handy. You could use this side of a dresser if it's tall enough. Do make sure when you're using it, check that will stay stable. Anyway, let's get on with it. Actually, no, first some simple warm-up exercises. This will be, again, slightly different than what we've done before. And the idea is to gradually build awareness and control of your body so that handstand and other poses are easier to do. Today's practice is to pull in the lower belly. Actually, just pull in the belly. So you can exhale, pull in the belly. Then inhale, expand the ribcage. Then relax both. So it's actually a three-part breath with two exhale phases. The exhale comes at the beginning, at the end, and you can eventually turn them into one exhale. So belly in, ribcage expanded, exhale, relax. Keep exhaling, pull the belly in, exhale, expand the ribcage, relax. And now for the next exercise, we'll go back to the forward bend, standing forward bend. So again, belly in, expand the chest, and press the hands into the floor, and then relax. And let's do that. So exhale, belly in, chest expand, rock forward. As you rock forward, press the hands, rock back, relax, belly in, chest, rock forward, press the hand, and relax. Now a variation on this exercise is to have the hands, so you can start with the hands quite far forward, so belly, chest, rock forward, relax. Repeat that a few times, then bring the hands further back. Belly, chest, rock forward, relax, and then, just for a change, bring the hands beside your feet. Belly, chest, push the hands into the floor. Relax. And the idea, when you push your hands into the floor, try to make your feet lightly touch the floor as if you're trying to pull the feet off the floor. Now, obviously, because this is a beginner's video, you won't be able to do that. But the idea is to get used to the feeling, to make your feet gradually lighter. So here, you have to shift your weight forward to make your feet a little bit lighter on the floor. Same here with the hands here. Now with the hands beside the feet, you'll actually have to actively press your hands down into the floor to make the feet lighter. And play around with it, play with the sequencing of your breath. So start off in isolation, belly, chest, get the feeling of that in isolation. Then when you're working on rocking forwards and doing the breath exercise, see if you can make the actions work together, make them feel relatively smooth and connected. Next, to the wall. So you can see I've set the chair in front of the wall. Experiment with it. If your initial setup doesn't work, then make adjustments so that it does work. I've also got yoga blocks, so this could simulate a slightly higher chair. And again, if you haven't got a chair that's the right height, you might find that you have a dresser. Even kitchen cabinets, if you've got a wall, the idea is to have your back against the wall so that you don't fall backwards. But use whatever you've got handy. Use blocks to make the chair, or thick books. Make sure that they're not magazines that it's easy to slip on. Even the side of a bed, if your bed is high enough and close enough to the wall. But anyway, for this one, hands against the wall, the hands in front of the wall. Again, adjust the distance. This will be too far. You've got too far to fall forward. This might be too close to begin with. My hands are nearly at the wall. So maybe about a foot away from the wall. So again, belly. Actually, before you begin the breathing, what you can do is place your foot up against on the top of the chair. Notice my shoulders are over my wrist. I'm just going to push my foot down to lift my hips, and then relax. Push my foot down, and relax. And this was very similar to the first exercise against the wall, where you push a foot against the wall, lift the foot, and then relax, push, and get both feet up. So same idea. So start off with that. You could play around with using different parts of the chair if there are different parts of the chair to use. So shoulders over the wrist. I'll press my foot against the seat of the chair, lift the other foot. I'll press it slightly higher up against my yoga blocks. You could even use, be careful here, you could use the arm of the chair. And this is going to be a bit dodgy. Even the back of the chair. And what I'm doing is I'm not pushing back with my foot, I'm actually trying to pull my foot forward to avoid the chair tipping backwards. So practice that a few times just to get comfortable, just to get your chair set up right, and then add your breath work. So belly, so with foot against the chair, belly in, chest open, press the hands and press the foot, and relax. Belly in, chest open, press the hands and the foot, and then relax if you like. Try it with the other foot. Belly in, chest open, press the hands, press the foot, and then relax. So rest when you need to, especially just when getting used to it. It might be, you might find you're excited. Rest so you've got enough juice to keep on practicing. If you find you're scared, then rest, do it again, rest, do it again, and try to make the action, focus on making it smooth and fluid, and even just lifting your foot a little bit off of the floor is fine. Next step is lifting the bottom leg higher, and this is where it might be handy to be able to vary the height of the block. It depends on your flexibility or lack thereof. But anyway, let's get on with the exercise. So again, we'll just do a rough run through without worrying about the breath. Just keep the shoulders over the wrists, press one leg into the chair, and reach the other leg up, and then come down. You can then switch legs, shoulders over the wrist, press the chair leg down, reach the other leg up, and come back down. Now it's relatively safe. If you go towards the wall will catch you, but let's just try that anyway. One of the problems I've had as a teacher, and even people get up against the wall and then they don't know how to come back down. So be aware of that, and maybe just practice kicking the wall with the heel while standing. So kick the wall, strongly try to push yourself away, relax. Kick the wall, push yourself away, relax. Kick the wall, push yourself away, relax, and then try it with the other foot. Kick the wall, push yourself away, relax. Kick the wall, push yourself away, relax. And then if you do find that, you get all the way up, oh my goodness, kick the wall and come down. Obviously with the chair, you're going to have to be aware of the chair so that you don't land with your feet on the chair, or you could land on the chair. Be aware that you're going to land on the chair or move your feet out of the way. So that could be another drill. And again, bear with me here. I'm trying to work, I can't see the problems that you're having, so I'm trying to work with the most likely problems that I've experienced and I'm experiencing as I do this. The idea is to make it as easy as possible for you to learn, but also as safe as possible. So I'm covering all the possible safety issues so that you can do this relatively safely by teaching you how to deal with the problems. So that would be, so that you can come down safely, that might be the next thing to practice, is come up and then bring the leg down safely. So come up, bring the leg up, bring the leg down to the floor. Come up, bring the leg down to the floor without touching the chair, and then do it with the other side. Shoulders over the wrist, come up, bring the leg down outside the chair. Come up, bring the leg down outside the chair. Now, just for practice so that you recognize it when it happens, have both legs on the chair. Come up, bring the leg down. come up, bring the leg down. If you have things on top of the chair like I have, come up, come down, come up, and come back down. Ooh. So those are some of the exercises I'd recommend, just getting comfortable to using the chair. Once you have the basic feel, I'm rushing a little bit, try and do the actions smoothly. So come up slowly, come down slowly. So now let's try and leave the chair. And again, one of the reasons for the blocks was to make it easier to reach the leg higher, even though I wasn't actually using blocks. In my case, they were actually getting in the way. So let's start with shoulders over the wrist, belly in, open the chest, step both feet onto the chair. Belly in, open the chest, lift the leg. Relax. Belly in, open the chest, lift the leg. And then relax. The idea here, ideally, is not to hop. If you find yourself hopping, raise the height of your support. So feet on top of the chair at the highest point, belly in, chest open, push the hands into the floor, raise a leg. Ooh, there. Rest if you need to. Then go back up. So shoulders over the wrist, belly in, chest open, both legs up. And again, belly in, chest open, push the hands in, raise a leg up, other leg, and come back down. So repeat that a few times. Notice I'm not trying to jump up. Rather, finding the balance when my foot is light on the block, when one leg is high enough, my other foot is light enough on the block that it easily comes off of the block. This is very similar to Bakasana. If you're doing this, you're not balancing on your hands. If you rock forward enough that your feet are light on the floor, they can come up without any problem. So I have to rock forward. My feet feel relaxed on the floor, then I can lift them. With this action, you're lifting the leg high enough and perhaps forward enough that it balances the weight of the leg which is on the block or chair. And when you've brought the leg high enough and forward enough towards the wall, this foot will be really light on the block and it actually come off by itself. You'll feel it lightly touching the block. You don't have to you don't have to jump to lift it up. It just can come off by itself. So what you can do, if you feel that action, so feet up on the chair, so belly in, chest open, push the hands in, lift the leg, and then lift the other leg. So leg up, leg back, whoops. And now we'll leave it there. I think that should be enough for you to play with for the next couple of days at least. Part of the reason for this exercise is to provide a simple transition to the back up against the wall handstand, because I do have a lot of students who don't know how to jump or have a lot of difficulty with jumping. So this sort of skips the difficulty of jumping or learning to jump to get you to the actual goal pose, which is the handstand. Next, we'll look at getting up against the wall and actually pulling your feet away from the wall, learning to balance while upside down, still using the wall, but learning to get both feet up and then peeling your feet up away from the wall so that you can balance with both legs straight up in the air. That's next. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste.